Welcome your faces back to Pommy and Oz. Hope we're all doing really well. If you're new and you hit the like button, that subscribe, it really helps the channel out. Can't thank you enough for the support. You can become a member of the channel. A few of you done that. Link is in the description to do that. It costs as much as a cup of coffee to hear a Pom talk about a variety of sports with some weird analogies. So, I mean, that's better than going to Starbucks, isn't it? Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? We don't do chai lattes, but we do quality here. And we're talking about Carlton's VFL Round 5 game versus Geelong, which, I mean, yeah, you look at the score. 156 plays 55. The Blues absolutely, I mean, pulled apart. Like, watching this game for a man that still has memories galore of the time that we used to be rubbish, this gave me flashbacks. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And let's start with Geelong. Toby Conway obviously left out. Toby Conway obviously left out the seniors. Was a handful in the ruck. Really showed his class. 6 clearances, 28 hit-outs, most of them to advantage. Pretty much dominant. And then he went forward and kicked 3 goals. Sean Manor, Werribee legend. He did his senior hopes of a debut, a full game, no harm. Mitch Nevitt was solid, if not spectacular. He really was a handful for the Blues. Jai Clark kept his width well. Probably would have liked to see more of the ball, but it is what it is. Connor O'Sullivan did look very good down the back. George Stevens, one of my boys in the draft, he looked like an absolute thug. Lawson Humphreys, he had a good game. Gary Rowan, he fought. It was a practice game. He did whatever he wanted. Jed Buse was solid as well. Shannon Neal, Ted Closey had a lot of the ball. Emerson Jecker was dominant just about everywhere he was. A real rock down the back. And the Blues really learnt a lesson here. Learnt a lesson, especially about ruckcraft. Shannon Neal and Toby Conway were sensational, swinging up and down the ground. The Blues, not really much went right, let's be honest. As you can see, Cats won the first quarter by 24, 31, 30, and then 16. That middle part of the game, the crunch part, they were like their seniors. They controlled the ball. They kept Carlton at arm's length, and really felt like they could score at will. And this was kind of across the board for the Blues. When they look at this, it wasn't just the VFL lads that struggled. The AFL lads struggled as well. For the Blues, Will White and Liam McMahon, they looked all right. Some token goals there. They'll definitely look at Heath Ramshaw. He was a tackle magnet, and really we needed about 10 more Heath Ramshaws in this game. If we are totally honest, he was really, really solid in and around what he had to do. Xavier Mayer tried to be creative and tried to bring the spark, but outside of maybe 1 or 2 of the AFL boys, they'll see this as an opportunity lost, particularly with the Blues seniors losing. This is a time that you can really put a bit of pressure on, and they probably didn't. We start with Lemmy. Lemmy struggled, it has to be said, which is okay. I mean, he hasn't played down back since he was a junior, but Neil Conway, when they slid forward, Brantake as well, it was a tough day at the office to be a tall defender. Got pulled out of his position quite a bit, finished with the 6 touches, 1 tackle, 1 rebound, 50 and 2 marks. It was a tough day for him. It really was. He was found lacking, particularly on the strength avenue against the bigger guys, and didn't really attack the ball very well, which is no detriment to him. The ball was coming in frequently, and any slight mistake was capitalised. So it was a tough day. It was a real good learning, though, from Lenny. He'll learn there that the best way to defend sometimes be attacking. And I felt at times he went into his shell. So poor game from him, but one that he'll bounce back from, I've got no doubt. Rob Monaghan, what a nightmare to play in this game, to be fair. He led well. He did make some good leads. He put himself in the position. Wasn't quite found. There was a lot of Ollie Hollands about this game, that he was in the right positions. It felt like he just was never going to be found, to be honest, which is a shame. I really enjoyed what I was seeing, though, from him. He took the game on when he had to. Felt like one of them games where really maybe maybe this time next year we'll be looking at this game and he'll back himself in, because I felt like he needed a creative spark. A couple of his entries were peaches, though. He had 2 of them. But all in all, this is why he's here. Learn, and he got a lesson. One of the few that will hold his head up high, Billy Wilson. This guy is a fighter. He's a battler. When you got players like Pom Cotter and Billy Wilson on the list, you're always going to be in a good little spirit because he plays the game in the right way. He's attacking. He's aggressive. He's not scared. 9 rebound 50s, 22 disposals, 2 tackles as well. One of them was a goal-saving tackle. And the wonderful thing about Billy is his game. He's up for it. He's not looking at these games and going, oh, better save myself, better have a bit of self-preservation. He's willing to take the game on. And when he does that, he looks very, very good. I was very impressed with what I saw from him. And I really liked his... I liked his game this week. It was solid. It was solid, if not spectacular. Up next, Hudson O'Keefe, tough day against some really solid rucks who both have got AFL chances, and Reece Stanley playing the way he is and the limitations of him. He'll look at this game and go, I've got a shout. And Hudson struggled. 2 clearances, 2 marks, 14 hit-outs. Really needs to work around the ground. We saw it a couple of weeks ago. He really works around the ground well. This week, again, it felt a little bit lackadaisical, and it should be easier with Murkoff there. That's the next point for Hudson. Gotta impose yourself on them avenues. A 5.5 for him. Domaku, you know what? I've been criticized. Well, I haven't been criticizing Dom. I've been giving him some love, some constructive love feedback of attacking the ball. Go back to your strengths. Do what you had to do when you got onto the list. And he was good here because he got caught out a few times, but he was doing the right things. He was attacking the ball. He was trying to get the game moving. Got beaten in the air a few times, but probably looked one of the more assured down the back. Him and Lachlan Young looked like the most experienced players in the back line, which is really important. It's really important that he looks like that, and he attacked the ball well. Got found out a bit times, but I really do like the fact that he always kept going with what he knew, the attacking phase of play. Ashton Moyer did his chances no harm. 2 tackles, and it didn't really spend much time up there. Took his goal well. 4 marks were impressive. 10 disposals. He brought players in. I like the way he was active, particularly in the second and third, when basically he just had the best view on the ground. He really did try and make something happen. You saw him work up the ground. You saw him peel off. He was demanding the ball. There's a little bit of leadership there from him. People complaining about his petulance and the fact that he has a little bit of an argument in the back and forth. Jesus Christ. My complaint with football, this is they're becoming too plastic and vanilla. I like the fact he's got a little bit of chutzpah for him. So that was good to see. I like that. He wants it. He wants it. There's a bit of desire. I felt like he enjoyed the goal a bit too much at the point of time that he scored. But, I mean, that is what it is. I'm never going to criticize someone for celebrating and enjoying themselves. But he worked hard. And I like what I see from Ashton. And Alex Murkoff, I mean, it's great to see him back out there. We like the big Murk. 7 touches, the 11 hit-outs, the 1 mark, the 3 clearances. This game I was watching, and my issue with Shannon Neal and their rucks particularly is I feel like at times they're a little bit lightweight. I think that's probably why when you watch them play, Geelong, why these guys aren't probably in the zone, particularly Toby Conway. Feel like there's still some question marks on him. And this is where I want to see someone big like Murkoff put the pressure on him and go, you know what, mate? It's a long way back to the seniors, my brother. And I felt like he let him dictate, and he's a big guy. And Murkoff at this stage, I know it's still new to him, and you can say, yes, he's a volleyballer, Pom. We've got to judge him as a footballer, though. I mean, that excuse works your first year. Now he's here. He's had a contract extension. He knows what he's about. I wish I'd seen him go, nah, Toby, this is my domain, mate. You're in my house. And it felt like Toby really did dictate the play, especially against Murkoff. It's a lesson learned about dictation. And sometimes you've got to do it, but it was a poor game, 5 for Murkoff. All in all, a real tough day at the office, a real good learning curve for the boys. I know they're depleted and stuff like that, but I don't care about that. That's why they're here, to take opportunities. Anyone playing in at this level, he's waiting for an opportunity or trying to smash the door down. And I wanted to see a bit more. Heath Ramshaw, though, big shout out the Ram dog. 3 marks, 20 touches, and the 9 tackles. I really enjoyed his game. There's a bit of game there about him. There's a bit of game. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Liam McMahon develop here. This could be someone that Carlton look at going down the ex-Pies boy if they want to do that. 2 spots to fill. It's going to be very interesting what they do. Really like, though, what I saw from them too. But all in all, a lot of work to do. And next week is a new week. It's going to be very entertaining to do the report next week, because next week they come against the Werribee Tigers, who are 9th at the moment on the ladder. It's going to be a tough one, that one, because there's no messing around for them. Good on his side, but should be interesting. Pom is out of here. Peace, love, and light. Wednesday, I'll be with Paolo for Pommy Ponders. Stay tuned for that. Much love, everyone. Bye.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella